The Los Angeles Rams coming off of a big Super Bowl win after that huge trade from Jared Goff to Matthew Stafford paid off for Sean McVay and company. It was a highlight of the Rams season as far as getting to the Super Bowl and getting their what some may consider now officially their franchise quarterback. So, with that being said, that now after their Super Bowl win carries on to the next NFL season. Where do you guys think they're going to land up? Do you think they're going to end up exceeding to expectations of them repeating yet again? Or do you think they take a step back? Or do you think they're going to miss the Super Bowl by the skin of their teeth? We'll just have to take a look and see what they have in store as far as schedule goes. Hope everyone's enjoying their night. Let's get started. It's your boy James. Let's go. Okay, so week number one. This is, in my opinion, I believe in all the years I've been watching the NFL, I believe week one, the very first game of the season, you're about to hang the banner up in your home stadium. I don't think you could start out a season any other way than playing what could be a potential Super Bowl matchup in February in playing the Buffalo Bills at home. This is a very intriguing matchup where both teams are heavily favored to make it to the Super Bowl. In the Rams case, it's going to be yet again. So, with that being said, both teams have explosive offenses. Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp on that one side. That's a huge offensive scheme right there. Josh Allen on the other side with Stephon Diggs, Gabriel Davis. I think Gabriel Davis is going to have a phenomenal year this year. This is a great game. Great game to start off the season with. But as much as I love the Bills, I think the Rams take the win. I think they win at home. I think that defense on the other side for the Rams with Jalen Ramsey and those guys over there. And I think those guys over there on that Rams defensive side with Jalen Ramsey, they have a good pass rush. They have a great run defense. I think the Bills, as well of a great team that they really are, Sean McVay and company, I think they're going to really give you some more reasons and give people a lot of troubles as far as Matthew Stafford being that quarterback on offense, Cooper Kupp just being absolutely monstrous, Cam Akers coming back for hopefully a full year without him getting injured. Yeah, they're going to set the tone yet again, I think. I don't think they're going to have a Super Bowl hangover. I think they're going to continue in their winning ways. I think they beat the Bills at home on Thursday night in opening week. Then you go to week two, you have the Falcons. This is a mismatch. This isn't really even a comparable game at all. The Rams should win that game hands down easily. Really, actually could be a blowout too, if I'm being honest with you. This could be a blowout. So taking the Rams to win that one. Week three, you've got the Rams traveling to Arizona, division matchup. I think the Cardinals do split with the Rams this year. I think they're gonna win. I think the Cardinals are going to beat them the first matchup, and I think the Rams will come back and beat them in the second matchup. And then week four, the same thing with the 49ers. I think the 49ers will win the first matchup at home on Monday night. And then going into week eight on a Sunday, the Rams should take that win against the 49ers. I don't think the 49ers are a good enough team as long as Trey Lance is that starting quarterback. I don't think they're a good enough team that could sweep the Rams yet again in the regular season. I don't see that happening. I think Trey Lance is going to struggle a little bit with that. So I'm taking the 49ers to win that game in week four, and the Rams winning in week eight. Week five, you got the Dallas Cowboys and the Rams. I'm taking the Rams in this one. The Cowboys, they seem to have a lot of questions as far as that offense goes. The defense of the Cowboys, however, I think can match up pretty well with this Rams offense. But at the same time, I think the Rams are just a far better coaching team. I think their offense is just extremely better. Their defense is a little shaky at times. So I think Dak can get some good wins there, get some throws and score on them there. But the Rams overall are just a better team. I think the Sean McVay and company would be able to beat the Cowboys in what some may consider like dramatic fashion. So taking that. Week 6, the Carolina Panthers at the Rams. The Rams should win that game hands down. Then you go into week 8, 49ers should, the Rams should win at home against the 49ers. Then week 9 in the Los Angeles Rams at the Tampa Bay Bucks. This is a game that I think a lot of people want to pick the Rams to win in Tampa Bay, but let's just be honest. The Rams with Jared Goff has beaten the Bucks before, especially since Tom Brady has been there. He is 0-3 against the Rams. I do not believe he's going to go winless against his Rams team. And I think with the support of Tampa Bay being at home, I think that kind of does help them. They're both very similar teams to one another. I think the only big trouble that is going to, the things that are really concerned as far as the Bucks goes is that defense. Is the defense going to be able to hold up Cooper Kupp and company and Matthew Stafford? The run game is not an issue. They forced some fumbles with Cam Akers in last year's divisional game, but I don't see Tom Brady losing to this team 4 times in a row, with the 2 of those losses coming from Matthew Stafford and 1 coming from Jared Goff. I just don't see it. Therefore, I'm taking the Bucks to win that at home. That's going to be a very stellar rematch from last year's divisional game. So I'm taking the Bucks. I think the Bucks will probably avenge their loss, and I think they will win in that game. And I honestly that game could really be an offensive shootout, and that would be a great game to really see. Week 11, you have the Rams traveling to the Saints. I'm taking the 49ers not 49ers, the Rams. I'm taking the Rams to win that game, and my reasons behind that is there's a lot of questions with the Saints coaching staff as far as Jameis's quarterback play. Are they going to be able to limit Jameis Winston and that offense and his quarterback play? Is their defense going to be able to cover up Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford in the run game? There's a lot of questions with that. I think, like I said before, it's very hard. I think it's going to be very hard for any team really to beat the Rams. I think if you're going to beat the Rams, you're going to have to really play your heart out in order to make that happen. And I don't see very many teams doing that this year. So I'm taking the Rams to win that in week 11. Week 12 is another good matchup too. You've got already some good matchups here. So you have the 49ers in week 8. Then you play the Tampa Bay Bucks in week 9. Week 10, you play the Arizona Cardinals. Week 11, you play the Saints. And now you're playing the Kansas City Chiefs in week 12. So you have a lot of really, really tough games coming up. I think as a Super Bowl team, this has to be one of the hardest schedules I think I have seen in quite some time. So the Los Angeles Rams traveling to Kansas City. This is a very good matchup because this is a game where I think either team really could win this game. Just like what we saw when Jared Goff played in Los Angeles and the Chiefs were playing at the time. That game in 2018 was just an absolute slugfest in terms of their defense. Neither defense was there at all. It was all offense. It was a 54-51 winning thriller. It was impressive. Rams took that one, and to be quite honest with you, this could be a Super Bowl matchup. I really could see that being the case. But I think right now, I trust that Rams defense way more than I trust the Chiefs defense, hands down, because I think that Rams offense in terms of Matthew Stafford, Cam Akers, Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, Tyler Higbee, all those offensive weapons that they do have right now, and Allen Robinson joining them from Chicago, it's a very unstoppable offense. It's going to be very hard for any defense to really be able to beat this team this year. So I'm picking the Rams to win against Kansas City in Arrowhead. It's not going to be an easy win for them. I think it's going to be like the Bucks game right here. It's going to be an offensive explosion. It's going to be an offensive explosion. You're going to have a lot of fun watching this game. So keep your eye on for that. Week 13, you play the Seahawks. I don't think the Seahawks are really anything. They don't really have anything that matches up well with the Rams. So I'm going to take the Rams in sweeping the Seahawks this year. Week 14, this is a very interesting matchup, and I could see this one going either way. The Las Vegas Raiders at the Los Angeles Rams. this game could really go either way. I could see Josh McDaniels and Derek Carr and all of them be able to find a way to beat the Rams, but I think that defense for the Raiders, while I do think it's a underrated defense, and I think they can make some plays this year, like I keep saying, it's tough to stop Cooper Kupp and company. I think it's going to be tough to really beat that offense of the Rams anyway. So I'm taking the Rams in that Thursday night game against the Raiders. They should be able to win that game, not handedly. I think it will be a pretty close game, but I think they have enough juice in them that helps them that does help them win. Week 15, you got the Rams at the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau. I've always said it's very hard to bet against Aaron Rodgers at home. So it's a tough game really for me to decide because I think both teams have a lot of potential to either one will win this game. But I think because it's in Lambeau Field, it's Green Bay. I think the Packers do win this game just by the skin of their teeth, honestly. It's not going to be a really easy matchup for them because it's in Lambeau. Aaron Rodgers plays extraordinarily well at home. And I think any team that goes to play in Green Bay it's tough. So I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers. They should be able, not should, but I think they can pull off that kind of win at home on a Monday night. Then you got the Broncos traveling to Los Angeles. This is going to be a Christmas game, I believe. It is Christmas. I'm taking the Rams to win that game. I'm picking the Rams because the Denver defense is good. It's solid. But that defense, as far as running the ball on, I think you can run on this Denver defense. I think their secondary is solid too. I think with Patrick Surtain, I think that's a good corner for the Broncos. I think it'll be hard to pass on them a little bit, but I think with this team, I think you can also really run on the ball too, run the ball on this defense. I don't know. I mean, it's tough. I could really see the Broncos winning though too, but it's tough. If it was in Mile High, it would be a different story. But I think this game being in Los Angeles on Christmas is just going to make things different for both teams. So that's why I took the Rams to win that game. Not just because of that reason, but it's very hard to stop that Rams offense, especially when you have an offensive mind like Sean McVay. So that's one thing to really consider. Then you got week 17. You've got the Rams traveling to the Chargers. I think this will be another really good, explosive offensive game. But I think the Rams are I think at the end of the day, and as improved as that Chargers defense is, I think they're going to be a much better defense than they were a year ago. I think this Rams team is still going to be very challenging for any defense to be able to stop, especially if you have a player like Cooper Kupp. So overall, this is a good team. I think this is a 13-4 worthy record for the Rams. And quite truthfully, they could be better than that, honestly. If there's another team in the division, like I could probably see them be sweeping the Cardinals. They could very well likely beat the Bucs yet again. I could definitely see that, or I could see them drop into the Saints, or I could see them winning on the road in Green Bay. So there's a lot of interesting teams. Or they could be a 15-2 record. So there's a lot of different things that I can really see this Rams team do this year. It's going to be very interesting to see. And I think I think anything is possible, honestly. But it's not going to be I don't think it's going to be an easy schedule for them because they have to play. Think about all the good teams that they have to play this year. They have to play the Bills. They have to play the Cowboys, so that's not an easy game. Even though I have said the Cowboys aren't a great team this year, they're still tough to beat, though. The 49ers, twice. The Bucs, the Saints, that's 5 teams already. The Chiefs, that makes it 6. Sorry. The Chiefs, so that makes it 6. You have the Raiders, 7. You have the Packers, that makes it 8. You have the Broncos, 9. And you have the Chargers as 10. So you have 10 really, really, really tough teams in this league this year that the Rams are playing against that are It's a tough schedule for the Rams, and I think if they're going to prove it, I think they could win a lot of those games out of those 10 games. I think they can win a lot of them. So yeah, I think 13-4 is a good one. I think their ceiling at best could be a 15-2, or really, quite honestly, it could be a 16-1. But I think that's just a little too unrealistic. I think they lose more games than just one. But I think 15-2 is a pretty reasonable ceiling for them, and I think 13-4 is probably the lowest I can see this team being. So yeah, all right, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about the Rams this year, how you guys are feeling about Matthew Stafford and company. Do you think Matthew Stafford is going to carry on what he did last year? It'll be very intriguing, very interesting for everybody to see. And I think that's it. As if you guys have any questions for me, just leave it in the comments down below. Give me any kind of feedback that you wish for. Do you want me what you guys would want me to do in the future videos as far as the NFL goes? And when we get closer to the season, we'll do some pick'ems. And it's your boy James here. Thanks for watching, and I hope you all have a great night.